Hi, it's Cara here from Cara Grace Collective and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Organized Family. Here I share all the hacks, recipes, tips for motherhood and busy life. I have 2 kids, a daughter who's just about to start kindy and a little boy who is 3, and today we are going to do some meal prep together in the kitchen. So let's go.
20 minutes, you're done being alone.
Now, one of the most important things in my routine is meal planning and meal prep. So meal planning is when you think about everything that you're gonna have for the week, all of your meals and your snacks, and you plan it ahead. And then meal prep is where you actually make some of those in advance. So I often do my meal prep on a Sunday or a Monday. Now, one question I often get asked is how do you do it with kids? And absolutely fair, because it can be chaos. So today I wanted to share with you a few tips on how you can cook in the kitchen with your kids. It is something I have been doing since they are really young. So my first tip is you really need to know your time. So think about your child's schedule. If you have a newborn, look, it's going to be really difficult for you to do this, and I always recommend mums with newborns to just hold off on the routines and wait till Buck is a bit older. So when you have a little one, sometimes it is safe to wear them to you. Sometimes if you're cooking with hot things, it may not be, but think about your child's schedule and when the best time is going to be to have them involved. So currently my children are 5 and 3, and the mornings are always best because by the afternoons they're getting tired and cranky. So we've had breakfast, we've had a play, and now we're going to meal prep together this morning. So make sure you think about your child's timing. The second thing you need to consider is actually plan what you're going to make. Don't just do it on the fly because your kids are going to get frustrated, they're going to get bored, and that's where chaos is. The beginning part of chaos. So make sure you plan in advance what you're going to do. Today we're just doing a really small meal prep. We are going to cook 2 different recipes. I'm practicing some new recipes for my daughter. She goes to kindy, which is the first year of school here in New South Wales. And she's gluten-free and dairy-free. So previously, a lot of her snacks that I made were nut-based because they've got all your good fats and your good oils. It keeps you full, gives you the energy that you need, and it's a really great substitute for gluten-free and dairy-free. However, at school, it's nut-free. So now I need to work out new healthy recipes that are gluten-free, dairy-free, and also nut-free. So I'm trying 2 of those out today.
20 minutes, you're done being alone.
Okay, one really easy swap that you can make is ditch the baking paper and go to reusable baking mats. So it's great for the environment and also long term, it is great for your budget. All right, here's a little tip. If your dried apricots don't look like this, so often they look bright orange. But this is what dried apricots should actually look like. So if your dried apricots are bright orange, it means that they are full of sulfurs and lots of things. So this is organic dried apricot and how it should look. Okay, another really important thing is clean up as you go. Don't let it go crazy. So in between each thing, clean up as much as you can so you've got a fresh start. Alright, the third thing that you need to consider is to make sure you have everything, which just sounds simple, but if you haven't checked your ingredients and you get halfway through something, that is just a nightmare. So check you have all of your ingredients and lay them all out ready to go. So you're just, again, minimizing that in-between time and hopefully eliminating some chaos with your kids. Alright, the fourth thing is just take a breath and give it a go. It's not always going to go to plan. Sometimes it is chaotic. Today is the first time that I'm cooking with my kids in months because we got so out of routine at the end of last year. Then it was obviously Christmas, New Year, summer holidays, all the things. So it has been a long time since we've done this together. and a little bit chaotic. There was a little bit of fights, a little bit stressful. I lost my cool a couple of times, but you know, that's just normal and that is just life. So just take a breath, accept the things that aren't always going to go the same way, are going to be a little bit messier, all of that, and just give it a go. And eventually what happens, you find your rhythm, you find your groove, your kids find the same, and it gets a whole lot easier. So persevere through those first tricky ones. Now, I have 2 children, so what I like to do to try and avoid the fights, and you know, everything has to be fair and everyone wants a turn, so I talk about what we're going to be doing as we're doing it. So we're making cookies, these are the things we need, we're going to be putting it in the bowl, I'll need people mixing, and I just explain to them what is happening, because you know, they don't have the ability to read the recipe and be thinking ahead like we can. So that verbal communication from me to them really helps, and then we talk about who is going to do what, and so they know in advance. Again, they have a part, they have purpose, they don't need to have an argument because they know they are going to have their own opportunity. So that is just another little helpful tip that I like to do. Now, if you saw my kids cooking and licking and touching things and were freaking out, don't worry. When I cook for other people, because sometimes I often drop meals to people and things like that, the kids are not involved, and I promise it is all clean and sanitary. So there are just some things when you're cooking with kids that you just have to accept. Things are going to be messier than usual, things are going to take longer than usual, and sometimes things are not as clean as usual. We made it through. Thanks for following along, and in fact the recipes went really well. The bliss balls I think are going to be our favorite, nut-free bliss balls that are still filled with goodness. So I'm going to upload that recipe to my website, so check the link below, check out the new recipe, and I will see you soon. Bye.